Good morning, everyone. It's Gigi. Come on in, let's do a little cooking this morning. How is everyone? I hope you all had a great weekend and a great start to your week. And I decided this morning that I'm gonna bake a cake. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm glad you're here to join me, and I hope you'll just sit back, relax, get you a cup of coffee, and we'll jump right into this cake this morning, okay? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell y'all about this little jewel, gold in this jar. This is called Nan's pan coating. I will put a link after I end this video. I'll put a link so that you can go to Nan's page and you can see her actually make this. But this is what we are going to coat our pan with, hence pan coating. But this is the best stuff since peanut butter and jelly. I mean, almost 99% guaranteed that your cake is not going to stick and it is going to slide right out. I've used it quite a few times. I went to her, I follow Nan, she's a sweetheart. If you don't follow her, Farm Cooking with Nan, but you can get her recipe for this, and I think that you'll love it. You'll never want to go back to cooking spray again. So let's go ahead and give our pan a good coating. You know, it beats having to spray it and put oil and flour, and this just takes care of every bit of that. Just put a generous coat all over your Bundt pan. Mine's getting kind of low. I'm gonna have to make me some more, but I love it, y'all. Absolutely love it. Well, I'll tell you, this might take me just a minute to get everything coated really well. So I'll get this coated up and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, that didn't take no time. I've got my pan well coated, so I'm gonna set that over to the side. And the recipe that I'm using today is, I've had it for years. It's not my handwriting. I don't know where I got it. There's no name to it, but I've been making this cake for quite a while and I love it. It's called orange juice cake. Sorry, I'm putting my recipe back in my little stand so I can look over to it. The only thing that I'm going to change up this morning is it calls for a box of yellow cake mix. And that's what I've always done in the past when I've made it. But I've decided I'm gonna change it up just a little bit. My husband loves an orange cake. He loves a lemon cake. So I'm gonna try, instead of the boxed yellow cake mix, I'm gonna use the Perfectly Moist Orange Supreme Cake by Duncan Hines. This is the 15.25 ounce box. And so we're gonna try it with the cream, the Perfectly Moist Orange Supreme instead of the box, the regular yellow box, okay? So let's just dump that right in there. I appreciate Duncan Hines doing all the work. Now, if you prefer to make this from scratch, you certainly can. But this morning, we're gonna take the easy way out, okay? Okay, so it calls for 4 eggs. I've got 4 eggs that have been sitting here at room temperature. And so we're gonna put 4 eggs in. It's still pretty early here this morning. Well, I guess early for some. It's 8:30. That's Tuesday morning. What are you guys doing today? Y'all have any plans for this Tuesday? That's 3. And 4. I just got a tiny little eggshell in there, so yeah, let me just get that out, okay? Got it. Thought I had it. Got it that time. Don't want to serve anybody no eggshell, do we? Okay, so that was 4 eggs, and then we're gonna add half a cup of oil. And when I'm baking, now you do what you like, but when I'm baking, I like to use almond oil. It's got a sweet, nutty flavor to it, and I like to use that with my cakes. Certainly don't have to. Canola oil, vegetable oil, or whatever. And then we have 1 cup of orange juice. Now I'm using the no pulp. I don't think it'll make a bit of difference. If you have orange juice and it has pulp in it, perfectly fine, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna get out our mixer. You know, the noisy mixer. But I'll probably spare y'all. So I'll float. Usually about 2 minutes. Everything will be creamy and combined together. Well mixed. Let me grab a little spatula. I've got my oven. I was just about to say I've got my oven preheating to 350. Now the recipe says bake for 33 minutes. That's pretty precise, but I start checking it. I cook on a gas stove, and a lot of times it cooks a little bit, seems to cook a little bit quicker, a little bit hotter. So I'll start checking it at about 25 to 30 minutes. To it, guys. Okay, gonna pour this up in our well-greased Bundt pan. This is gonna be a very moist cake. Don't want to leave anything in there, so you want to make sure you get it all out. Smells good. Okay, guys, I'm going to pop that in a 350-degree oven. Let's do it on here so it doesn't well. Get any air bubbles out. We'll pop this in a 350-degree oven, and when it's done, we'll come back probably just a little bit before it's done because I'm going to make an orange glaze to go over the top of it, okay? So I'll pop this in the oven and I'll be right back, okay? Okay guys, while we're waiting on our cake to finish baking in the oven, we're going to go ahead and make our glaze that we're going to pour over the top of our cake. Now, it's a simple glaze, but it's delicious. In my saucepan, I've got 1 stick of butter. And to that, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of orange juice. I apologize to y'all in advance if my lighting is not okay. I'm still working on getting my lighting right, and today I'm using my little ring lights that's on each side of my phone, so I'm hoping that that's making it a little brighter. Sometimes it tends over here in the little corner of my kitchen gets a little bit dark, but if I turn the overhead light on, then it looks like I've got a glow on top of my head. So we're still working on our lighting, so I'm hoping having the ring lights on today is making it a little brighter. Y'all let me know. And what we're going to do with the sugar, orange juice, butter, the butter is going to melt. We're going to bring this glaze to a rolling boil, and then we're going to turn it off, okay? And the sugar and the butter and the orange juice will all dissolve together. And once it comes to that rolling boil, then we'll turn it off the heat. And then when we take our cake out, we'll poke little holes in it, toothpick, a little skewer or whatever. We'll poke little holes all over the top so that when we drizzle it, it just drizzles down into the inside of the cake and makes it even moist, even more moist. So well, I won't make y'all stand here and watch. We'll come back when this is boiling, okay? Okay, y'all. Our glaze has come to a boil. So we're gonna take it off the heat. And in just a few minutes, our cake will be going off. Our timer will be going off. And we'll glaze it together, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. The cake is out of the oven. And now the moment of truth to see if the pan coating really works. Which I know it does because I've used it already. So, here we go. Yeah, I know. Let me try using, those things are so bulky. There you go. Clean as can be. Isn't that beautiful? All the way around. It smells so good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, let me grab our glaze. I just left it warm on the stove. They look good. Okay, so what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna take a skewer. Like I said earlier, you can take a toothpick, skewer, whatever. But we're gonna poke holes. And I'll tell you what I like to do. Now, this is not at all necessary, but I like to take and put a little paper towel around it. It's still kind of warm. Just keep the glaze from being well, I may end up messing my cake up if I don't be careful. There we go. And just catch some of that glaze from getting our little cake pan, our little cake dish all sticky. Okay. Not necessary, but okay, so I'm gonna take and I'm just gonna randomly poke some holes all around our cake. Like I said, you could do this with toothpicks. I just like using the skewer. It's a little bit bigger of a point, and I feel like it lets a little bit more of the juice get down in there. Y'all, this smells so good. Like I said, I've never done it with the Orange Supreme cake mix, but hey, what's not to love, right? Okay, my skewer's coming out clean. All right, y'all. We're gonna drizzle some of that glaze over the top. I may even reserve some for when we cut us a slice. Isn't that beautiful? It's gonna be so good and moist, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna let that soak up some of that glaze. I'm gonna get us out a dish and cut us up a slice, and we're gonna taste this, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. Super moist. I think I'm gonna take and add just a little bit of this warm glaze over the top of it. And we're gonna give it a taste. You can see how moist, super moist, and still warm. I love things fresh out of the oven. Can't be beat. Okay, let's give it a taste test. That is so moist. So moist. Just springs right back. I think my husband is going to be a happy man when he walks through the door this evening. Listen, guys, you can whip up a dessert like this for your family in no time. I think when I first started, I said it's 8:30. It's not even 9:30. In less than an hour, we've got a cake baked, a dessert made. That's delicious, quick and easy, and I think will make some family members pretty happy. Like I said, you can adjust. You can use the yellow cake mix. I've done that before. It's equally as delicious, but I think using the Supreme Orange along with the orange juice just gives it a little bit more of an orange flavor, which is really delicious. So I hope that you guys will make you one. And like I said, you can drizzle more glaze over there if you want. I like just putting it in my little serving bowl and heating it up with a piece of cake and letting you drizzle that warm glaze on top of it. Well, thank you once again for joining me this morning, and I hope that each one of you have a great day, and I hope that you'll bake your family a cake, and I appreciate you being here with me. I'm going to close this video out just by encouraging you to go be kind and show somebody some love today. I know there's a lot of people out there that need some love and kindness, and you just may be the one to do it. So until our next video, this is Gigi saying, see you later, and we'll be back soon with another great recipe. I love you guys. Bye-bye.